You are watching Father Fish. Now please enjoy the video. You are watching Father Fish. Now please enjoy the video.
Hey everybody, Mary's coming along. She's gonna be here. She struggles technologically. Well, my goodness. Oh, where Mary is. She ain't here. I guess she'll be here. I talked to her a little while ago, and she was okay and online, and I guess is now not online. So Lord knows. She's been having trouble for weeks. Hello, everybody. Goodness, we got a crew in here already. Tank Aquatics. Let's see now. Just had an immaculate conception, orange-finned danios, Brachidanio Quiotis, finally reproduced 6 fry in total from 5 adults. Well, there will be so many more. There she is.
Hello.
Hi. You even figured
Howdy.
out how to get in here. Good for you.
I figured it out. How's everybody doing today?
We're good. We're having a lot of fun here. We got about
All
20
right.
people.
I
Got a
see
gang
that.
in already. Yeah. Let's see. Who is it? Dooby-doo.
Oh, cool, Verily. Verily, when we were doing a Jimmy P stream earlier, she was scud catching. That is awesome. Hey, EJ. Hey, John. Scott. Fanaticals. Tanked. James Green. Try to get some hellos in real quick.
Tank just spawned his Danios.
Oh, cool.
All
Hey, Jelly.
excited about that. Yeah.
JLK. Silver Creek Aquarius.
We got a
I'm
bunch
sorry
of
I'm
new
running so
people.
late. I
Yeah,
had
bunch of new
and 3
people.
keys. Hope I got everybody. Yeah, everybody hit that like button.
Let's see.
Oh, thank you, Fanaticals. I've missed you guys so much. Well, last week was the big flood, so we
All
had a
right.
terrible. Oh my gosh, it flooded the whole camper. It was terrible.
Yeah, you got rained in on, didn't you?
We did. We really did. Oh, he's got on my favorite shirt. Our one to our friend Aquarium Cop, the
Oh,
fish
yeah.
family. That's
Yeah.
most wonderful.
It's got, let me show you the back. Let's see if I can do it. If I can turn around. Well, if I can do this. Oh, I should take it.
No.
Can you?
Oh, that is so awesome.
Isn't that cool?
That is really cool. And I see Kevin on there. Speaking of Kevin Leong, I'm going to be
Right.
joining him. And I was talking about this earlier. I'm going to the what you call it, the Triple Crown here at the end of the week. So
Oh, you're going to go
so
to, or you
yeah,
go?
I'm going to go.
Oh, good for you. Oh, that's great. I'm going to have a
Yes,
lot of
Scott.
friends. Got a bunch of
Oh, I
friends
can't
coming
wait.
from Florida, but I'm not going to be able to make it.
Oh, I wish you could. Let's see,
Still, I do
Maryland.
too.
It wouldn't have been an undoable trip for you, but after your move and stuff, it might be a little much on you right now.
Well, I'm still kind of
Hey,
out of
Bob.
it.
Yeah, it takes a while. And Grinwood, I've been kind of MIA lately. Look at my little necklace Roxanne sent me. She sent me and Dee Dee one of these. It's a little best friends necklace. So we've got a big stream coming up Thursday night where she's doing Fishmas in July. So that's going to be fun.
Oh, nice. That'll be fun. Tell you what, this chat is flying.
It
Flying.
is. I love when it does that.
Mary,
Hey, Wendy.
who made this shirt? You remember?
Was it Rocco?
Yes, it was Rocco.
I thought it was Rocco. Yeah.
About, I don't know, it's been a year, nearly a year, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he put it together.
Oh, I love it. Hey, your tap water is crap. Bob, it's always great to see you. That's the last big live stream I did was with Bob and the Tennessee Fish Mafia, and they had my buddy Chris Stubbings on there the other day, and it was really a good stream.
Oh, nice. Keller's here. Hey, Keller, nice to see you.
Yeah.
Keller's about my oldest buddy on YouTube, I think.
Oh, he's awesome.
I
He
think
does
so.
so much for the fish fam and for animals in general with the art.
Amen.
He does a lot of great
Amen.
work.
Amen.
Okay, Verily, don't start this talking about food. She says
Insert name. Insert name is Mitchell, and his father is Dr. Green, otherwise known as Oh golly, I had it and I lost it.
Oh no.
Oh, what is it? Jim G. Jim G. Do you remember Jim G?
Oh yeah, yes, yes.
Yeah, he turns out he's a doctor, and this is his son. Insert
Oh,
name
okay.
is his son Mitchell.
All right. Welcome. That is wonderful. Stringing lights on my fish shelf. That sounds good, Brentwood.
Oh, EJ has Scarlet Baby Badass.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, ain't
Congratulations,
that
EJ.
incredible?
She is really doing good. Oh my gosh, everybody's
It's
talking about
amazing.
food. I'm ready to go get something to eat.
I've been eating all afternoon. I went to the supermarket today, stocked
Uh-huh.
up on stocked up on things I didn't bring with me. You know, condiments. You don't carry
Right.
condiments, so I left all my condiments. So now I got to rebuy them all. So I spent $100 on condiments. I
Yeah.
think.
Little things like that'll get you your staples, things you need.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Lots of zip ties.
Barely, barely.
Barely has been working hard today, been catching scuds all day long.
Yeah, we're getting some serious good populations. Just put out a video to last night with EJ. She put it out on her channel too. All about scuds. So she was feeding scuds. So
Yeah. Oh,
scuds
what
are
a
a big
perfect
deal.
thing.
Easy to breed. It's a really
Right.
easy culture to start, and they're fabulous food. You can feed. You can grow enough to be able to feed a tank. Excuse me, full of small fish on scuds permanently
Yeah.
with no real stress. Scott Stankovich. Hey, Scott, good to see you.
Wendy Scott. Now since I got more scuds than I know what to do with. They're such an interesting food too, because they build a little colony in your tanks and they're a lot of fun to watch, and it's more fun to watch the fish hunt them. I mean, it's just a neat little part of an ecosystem for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting. Her baddest are about an eighth of an inch long, which means that they've been in there for 2 weeks to a month before she even saw them.
Yeah. Wait a minute, let's see. Does that help my sound some? Is that better?
Yeah, it is better.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good. All right. I don't think I had it plugged in.
Well, Wendy, we managed to save some of the plants. The post office did the best they could to destroy them. I mean, they really went out of their way to destroy them. But thanks to your quality packing, we managed to save a bunch of them. So I've got them in an outdoor jar right now to get them sunlight and try to get them taking deep breaths.
Right.
But as soon as possible, we'll be bringing them in. I did get water in my 29s yesterday. I got dirt
All
in, I
right.
got sand in, I got water in, and I got sponge filters in there. So three of them have cleared up. The other one hasn't yet, but they will, and we'll be getting plants in there as soon as I find the lights. Oh,
Yeah.
my lights are still stuck out in the shed somewhere.
Oh, goodness.
Out. Oh, it's terrible.
Oh, me too, Bob. I just got some chow chow from somebody that's like a mix, with pickles and all the different things in it. I just eat the pickles out of it, but it's got peppers and garlic and onion, and oh my gosh, it's so good. Mm.
Yes, Mary is looking radiant, isn't she? Says you betcha.
I'm kind of swollen right now. I've been kind of sick past week, as usual. Hello, Crystal. And thank you, Mr. Bob. Oh, my goodness. He just gave you a super chat. Appreciate you, Bob, so much. Love you.
I am way up at the top here. Let's see. Here's Kaler.
Mm-hmm.
There he is. Thank you. Thank you, Bob, very much.
Oh, goodness, Scott.
Crystal, good evening to you. Nice to see you, Crystal.
Oh, our beautiful friend, Crystal. She is a love.
You bet. Say, what's
Oh,
Scott saying here?
saying he's not on. Yeah, on a great note, I'm being sent overseas on deployment, but where I'm going is known for beautiful tanks, so that's a good thing. But Wendy has to hold it down at the fort till I return, converting last 2 tanks to sponges. Oh, Scott, well, thank you for your service, and you just stay safe out there. And Wendy, if you need anything, you just holler at us. We're here for you.
Amen to that. Amen.
There's Danikin. Hey, Kenny.
Hey, Kenny.
I might get to see y'all. I might get to meet Kenny this week. If everything goes well and I make it to the Triple Crown, I think he's going to be there, and I'm so excited about that. I can't wait to see him and Danny.
That'll be great. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. EJ, that's sweet. Wendy, I tell you what, Wendy is quite one of our Father Fish show members. She's got it going on.
Yeah, she's doing really well. She is. We've had these guys with us since the beginning of their hobby.
Right.
So it's really been exciting watching how they've grown and developed and been able to do things that are really kind of remarkable. And even got some plants from them this past week.
Oh, that's awesome. You're what is that big Sagittarius that you sent me, the giant one? It's starting to come along now outside, so I'm getting there.
Oh, good. Yeah, that'll through the summer. That should spread, and you should have a forest of it.
Yes. So I'm trying to get it going for you. Hey, first class fish. Shoe is hot here. I'm a sweat. It's hot.
It's terrible here. It's 95 today.
Oh, Tank Aquatics has a question for Father Fish. Your soil formulas, as posted in other videos, no changes to that, right? Is it still your standard mix? Yeah, like what we've shown the ingredients for it. You haven't changed anything up, have you?
Yeah, let me explain a little about that. The supplement varies according to what I can get and to what's otherwise available, or what I have at the time I'm mixing it up. So it varies somewhat. The basics are iron oxide. Oh, let's see now. Then we try to think. Iron oxide is basic. It's in everything.
Okay.
Diatomaceous earth is in everything. Epsom salts is in everything. I use a little bit of baking soda in everything. Lime, I always have lime. And then things like blood meal, bone meal, osmocote,
black cow.
Black cow and peat moss, potting soil.
And worm castings.
I use those all the time. If I can get worm castings, it'll be there. I cannot always get worm castings. But a lot of these organics, you don't have to have them all, because they all do basically the same thing, like bone meal, blood meal, worm casings. Oh, worm casings are different, but a lot of them, you get the same effect with them, because if they're organic, they're organic.
Right.
And it kind of accomplishes the same thing. I just try to do as wide of a variety as I can, based on the belief that the greater the variety, the better the balance, the better the equilibrium. Yeah. So that's kind of my approach to it. So if something is missing in a given list, it's not like it's casting concrete. It's simply wasn't available at that point in time for whatever reason.
I don't know if y'all can. You see my little hydro aquarium up here. That's the last one I used your supplement in with. And I kind of made a mix up because I ended up using some aqua soil, the little pelleted soil. But I
Right.
mixed your oh gosh, I just went blank. I mixed your supplement in with it, put it in the bottom, put the aqua soil on top, and then capped it with sand. And you can see up there, it's really doing great.
That works.
I need to do a video on it and kind of get myself back online. I haven't done a lot of videos lately, but I'm getting there.
It doesn't have as much humus as
Right.
I said, but that's something you can add. You add it with leaves, detritus, any kind of waste that you find outdoors.
Find a mud puddle. Find a mud puddle.
Right. An old one, not a new one.
Yeah, right.
Not one in the driveway. Right.
Oh, here's little igloo. Use Father Fish's substrate mix and put in 1 inch of soil, capped 2 inches of sand, planted 43 plus plants, sponge filter. Day 3, added 3 Julie Corey, no food. Day 7, ammonia 8.7. Weeks later, still the same, and nitrate 0. So it sounds like you set it up perfect.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that's really important is to don't get yourself worked up over variations in pH or a slight change in ammonia. Don't panic over that. Those kinds of variations are completely normal so long as the fish are acting healthy. So long as the plants are doing well, then don't worry about it. Don't get uptight about it. I have people getting freaked out because their pH suddenly went from 6.5 to 6.8 and they're flipping out.
Yeah.
That's totally normal and totally acceptable. A high pH like 8, 8.2, if the fish are happy and the plants are happy, there's nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly fine.
And they'll balance out. Eventually, they'll get, like you said, an equilibrium. They'll start.
That's exactly right. It'll vary until it finally gets straightened out. So don't panic.
It just takes a little time. And that's the beauty of the Father Fish system. I mean, the more time you give it, the better it's going to be. It's just going to get better and better. Like these tanks been set up forever, and I just drained them and moved them and filled them back up, and they're doing great.
And let's say EJ wants to know how long it takes for least killifish to breed. It's about 3 to 4 seconds. They're pretty quick. If that.
Oh, Father Fish. Okay. EJ, it just set you up for that one. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, day 7, ammonia 8 point. He's thinking that the ammonia is a little too high, but it's only on day 7. So yeah,
if there is nothing wrong in the tank,
right,
then it is not a toxic ammonia.
Right. I would just do like small water changes, like maybe like a 10% water change a couple of days.
Well, you can, but unless you have a good reason to do it. Simply reading a number on a scale is rarely a good reason to do anything. Understand what these test kits tell you. They don't give you absolute numbers. I mean, there may be absolute numbers on the scale, but that by no means is determinative of precisely what the measurements are. In other words, they lack accuracy. If you had a $500 tool that you could measure with, you could probably rest assured that whatever it determined the reading was is, in point of fact, relatively accurate. What they will tell you is if there is a fluctuation. And that's what you want to use them for. You want to use the test kits to determine whether there is a change. Now, if there is a change, what do? The first thing you do is sit down, fold your hands, and look at the tank. Pay attention to what's going on. If everything is normal, if the fish are behaving normally, if everything otherwise looks okay, do nothing. Nothing. Treat it as a natural variation, because likely that's all it is. Now, if you begin to see the fish stressing, they're darting around, they're trying to jump out of the tank, they're spinning
around their gills,
if there's something visibly wrong, then you need to take action. And the very best action is to do water changes. Start at 25%. If that does not immediately correct the problem, do it again. You can do 25% water changes 3 or 4 times a day. A day. Not just every 2 days or every 3 days. If you've got a serious problem, do water changes multiple times a day. The idea is you want to get that water as close to your tap water or your native water as you possibly can. And that's the best way to do it. So don't panic unless you have a reason to panic. And a reading on a test is not a reason to panic.
Yep. You said it all right. But that's like you said, that's what water, when it comes down to doing water changes, that's what it's for. And it's better to do like many small water changes, in my opinion. I mean, sometimes you've got emergencies where you need to take water out, get it really, but if you just do a little bit of a water change throughout the day, it will really it'll balance itself back out. Oh, hey, Fish Central. Right. Okay. And Bob says the same principle applies in medicine. Look at the patient, listen to the patient, fish in this case. But eventually adding, and then EJ made a comment about adding some more, like things like floaters, say duckweed or frog bit or salvinia or ricky, or water lettuce. Like I use my water lettuce kind of like a water change system. When it grows too much in the tank, I just dip it out and throw it outside in a thing out here. And that way it helps take that ammonia and stuff out of they're probably floating plants are probably one of the greatest things to use in an aquarium ever. It can be aggravating, if you've got lots of duckweed, but it really serves a purpose in keeping that water clear.
Taylor's making a point. The same principle applies in medicine. Look at the patient. Listen to the patient. Listen to the fish. Look at the fish. Have a little talk with them. Have a little conversation with your fish. I mean, ask them how they're feeling. They'll tell you.
Little Igloo, the only other thing I could think of is maybe you got your soil and your supplement layer. Maybe you breached the sand cap, like it's escaping up into your column or your water column. What do you think about that, Father Fish? Maybe where you've been doing the planting?
Particularly if you're getting a lot of detritus, add sand to it.
He said some were getting
capped.
Right. You may just need to, it says that he was getting some red patches and one died. I did this once, and that's why I was mentioning it, because I was new to planting tanks and I had moved stuff around so much. I had ended up breaching my soil layer and getting it up into the water column. So what I did was I replanted all my plants and I added another inch of sand on top of that and did some water changes, and it ended up balancing out, if that makes sense.
I'm looking at Little Igloo's comment. Fish were getting red patches, and one died. Took them out, treated water, Try water changes and ammonia remover, no help. So far decided to leave it alone, but then all plants died replanted twice now. Yeah, there's something clearly wrong.
Right. Hi,
Um,
Chris.
and Mary is probably right. You probably need a deeper sand bed. You're probably getting soil, which creates ammonia.
Yeah.
You're getting that bleeding into the water column. It's absolutely critical to have that deep sand bed. I've been criticized for the sand bed being too deep by people who don't do dirt. So
Right.
the criticism is really meaningless because
Right.
doing dirt mean you've got to cap that dirt, and you have to cap it adequately so that it does not intrude into the water column. It's
Yes.
absolutely critical. That sand acts as a barrier between the water and the soil, and
Yeah.
it's a critical barrier. The the uh, the rate at which water flows through that sand is the rate at which the bacteria and other cilia type animals living in it move the water, which is very, very, very slowly. It
Right.
may literally take weeks for a water flow to move from the surface of the sand down into the dirt. And that's
Yeah.
perfectly normal. So if you're getting intrusion, if you think you're getting intrusion from the dirt, your sand bed is either too coarse or
Or
it's
not.
not deep enough.
Right. Yeah. Tank said, how about 3 inches of sand instead of 2 inches? I'm telling y'all, I put even more than that at times. I mean, some of these little tanks, you can see this one. Look how deep it is. That's just a 3-gallon tank. I mean, it's deep. But anytime I learned that, that was one of the first things I learned was about using the soil and the supplements was making sure not to break that sand cap. That was something that was really, that's like the easy, once you figure it out, once you got that in your mind and you just plant your roots into the sand, instead of like getting all the way down in the dirt, it doesn't get up in the water column, like you said, and it makes a big difference. And because you'll start getting ammonia burns on your plants. It's not just the fish, the plants will burn up too if you're not careful, if you're not keeping that sand. It's always better just to add another inch of sand. Just keep adding more inches to it.
Remember the sand bell and
Yeah,
Lee's?
we did the sand bell. Ding, ding, ding.
We used to talk about sand all the time,
Right.
all the time. And there was always add another inch of sand. If you're having a problem, add another inch of sand.
Right.
Sand is really critical. It's absolutely critical. And it's critical that it be deep enough to prevent intrusion into the water column by the dirt. So, and
Right.
it's very likely, little igloo, that that's what's going on. Um,
Oh,
the other possibility is that you're overfeeding because that will also create ammonia. But it sounds like you do have an ammonia burn. There is an ammonia problem. That number is remarkably high.
yeah.
Um, I mean, I guess if I saw a number like that, I'd be doing water changes. And I'd also be looking for the source of the problem because something is causing that. And it
Yeah.
almost inevitably is soil intrusion into the water based on there being a shallow spot in the sand or something
Right.
that's caused the dirt to come up closer to the surface. So add another inch of sand, do some substantial water changes, get that number down, and then go from there. The advice I
But
gave earlier is based on there being no visible problem.
right.
You have clear, visible problems. So it's critical to take action. But do not take action purely for the sake of taking action. You take action when there is a clear, visible, obvious, manifest problem,
Yeah.
not
If
an
this,
anxiety, a fear, or a dread, or a panic.
well, I
Never
know
act with panic.
when
Never
people
act
first
with
start,
panic.
never at would panic. I know most people though, when they first do a dirted tank, they don't. A lot of times, I mean, we preach it and say it, but a lot of times they don't realize how easy it is for that dirt to come through that cap. Like filling your tank, you know, I put bubble wrap down and a colander and all kind of stuff, and I fill slowly, like I'm trying not to let nothing get stirred around at all. And it took me a while. The first couple of tanks I did weren't failures, but I had to, you know, I had to adjust. I had to go back in and recap, and I had to do different things. And somebody was just talking about having a hex tank, one of those deep hex tanks. Though I think it was tanked aquatics. Yeah, you don't want to put the roots into the dirt. You want it just into the sand so it can make it down into the dirt. But
Yeah, there are a
those,
couple of reasons for that. One is you don't want to disturb the dirt, but even more importantly, in a brand new tank, that dirt is chemically very active. And if you
right.
get the dirts down in there, it's going to burn them up. It'll kill the plant.
Oh
So
yeah,
you want to get that up an inch from the dirt, just 1 inch into a 2 inch sand cap. And they will then, the roots will find nutrition. That's their
right.
job. They're really good at it. They depend on the plants to find nutrition. They will find it. It is there, but it's not going to be down in the dirt for at least the first 4 to 6 months. It'll take
Yeah.
that long for it to settle down. People talk about bubbles bubbling up. That's the chemical reaction of the material in the soil. It's not harmful, and it is totally natural, but it's part of a process called chelation.
Mm-hmm.
Chelation chelation occurs when you put two chemicals together and they react to each other. And they continue that reaction until whatever is causing the reaction is essentially converted or burned up. And then it
Yeah.
stabilizes. And that stabilized condition is called chelated. They become chelated. At that point, they're totally healthy, totally non-toxic, not dangerous. And that's what you want to get to in your tank. You want all those elements to chelate, and that takes a while. It may take 4 to 6 months. Could happen in 3 months. Rarely much less, much less than that. So just give it time. It'll be fine. And in the meantime, everything is going to grow in there because it's high enough in the sand column to be able to get nutrients without getting burned by
Right.
the chemical processes that are going on.
EJ was saying too, like adding pothos. If you're having a hard time with floating plants, then pothos. I've got pothos. I've got wandering. Well, I'm not supposed to say it that way anymore, so I call it wandering dude now. And I've got some other kind of fern, a bird nest fern, and lilies in my tank down here. But the light's off right now.
You have a bird
And
nest in there, really?
yep,
Huh,
I do, and it's doing good.
nice.
Oh, everybody's wondering about the Lacey Act. What kind of updates do we have? Oh,
I haven't heard a thing. Um, I assume that the committee is still meeting, still hashing out. I was looking today and trying to get some information. There wasn't anything. Maybe somebody's got a better update, but so far, I did hear at one point that they decided not to include the Lacey Act because it was essentially unenforceable. But
oh, okay.
we'll see. We can only hope. Fishing plants are not happy. No, they sound like they're not Little Igloo.
Right.
Add another inch of sand and do substantial water changes.
Right.
It should clear up. You need to get rid of that ammonia. That'll do it. And then make sure it doesn't come back. If it comes back, you need to put more sand in it. That's likely the problem. Unless you're doing something else that's where you're putting something else in there that's dying.
Mm-hmm.
Because dead material do create ammonia.
Oh, yeah. And
Too much food creates ammonia.
We've talked about this too. The Plant Life Project, I need to drop that link, is the perfect channel to go along with Father Fish, because Father Fish does the dirtied system, but Plant Life Project does house plants. You know, it teaches you how to incorporate different house plants in the deep substrated system that Father Fish does, and some incredible videos on different house plants you can use. And I'm gonna drop that in. I've dropped it in chat before, but I just think it's a good channel that everybody should watch. He really puts together such simple and good videos on plants. Let's see here.
Jay wants to know if Hydra will eat Formosa babies.
Oh yeah.
If they're big enough, they will. Yeah. I mean, if the Hydra is big enough.
Okay, here comes
the
this
Hydra
link.
can get big. The Hydra can get an inch. They can get pretty big.
Oh, they're mean little snakers.
Let's see. Little Igloo says, I thought the sand cap may not be enough, so I did another 1 to 1.5 inches. Planted again across my fingers. Fisherable now, I'm doing okay. That likely is the problem. It would be helpful if you could figure out what caused that problem so that you can avoid it, but you know, likely your sand was not deep enough and you were getting intrusion from the soil. Plus, as Mary said, it's real easy to not understand the importance of not stirring that substrate up when you're filling the tank. It's really critical that you don't allow the water pressure to bubble up or to get down into the sand, because that'll stir things up in a way that can make it impossible. Now, having said that, I've had a couple of situations recently where some young people set up their tanks. They did it too quickly. They stirred it up. We looked at it. We added some more sand, and it settled out, and it was fine. So you can usually correct it if you have a problem by simply adding more sand, then being careful to not stir it up. Don't let water flow hit the bottom of the tank, in other words. If you got water flow, put rocks below it if it's a hang on the back filter. Put rocks under it so that the water hits the rocks or some other hardscape. You don't want water being jet into the substrate, because
like a water hose, just
create problems. Yeah, nothing like that.
Hey, Vinosky. I know I forgot where I learned the bubble wrap trick, but George Farmer always did the colander, you know. But last time I did my last tank, I didn't put my plants in first. I just put in my dirt and my sand and everything. I laid bubble wrap all the way across the top of it, put a colander on top, and just filled it up. And it was, the water was as clear as a bell when it finished filling.
NYC.
Hey, RZ.
Hello. Good to see you. Craig Dunner, Craig's Catfish Cave. Hello.
Good morning, Craig. Oh, Brynwood. Yep. Oh, maybe pothos will help my cool water problem. It could, Bryn. I'm telling you, pothos they're an amazing plant. And any of these things, like this, like I said, this wandering, well, that's not a good piece. This has been, it's just all over the place in here. If I can get it, but it's really pretty. It adds purple. I don't know the exact name of it. We always called it Wandering Jew, but it's Wandering Dude now, I guess, because it's got to be politically correct. I don't think it was meant as a, it wasn't meant as any kind of a bad thing. That's just what it's always been called.
Biblical.
But I
It's
knew.
biblical.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
biblical plant.
right. And it's a wonderful plant, and it sprouts off these little roots everywhere, just like the pothos. And I need to get some more light back in here. But this peace lily is doing fantastic too. I really like the peace lily in there. I've got a piece of driftwood, and my peace lily roots are just sitting on top of the driftwood, so they're kind of half submerged, like Scott was saying. You don't plant them all the way down in there. But watch that Plant Life project. He will show you how to do these plants. Really cool.
Mo M is saying, Father Fish, I
Yes.
watched your video about nitrates. You mentioned up to 200 would not be a big deal, or Discus more sensitive to nitrates. They're not necessarily more sensitive, but then it depends entirely on where they come from. Wild caught Discus are going to be coming out of very soft acidic water. Discus from Germany are coming out of salt acidic water. So, like Hans's discus
Oh
requires
yeah.
salt acid water. The Miami discus is hard alkaline water. The Asian discus is neutral to hard water. So it depends entirely on where they come from. It generally does not work to mix them. Um, they're sufficiently sensitive fish that they can't tolerate uh, extremities from what is normal for them. Now, I found that the easiest ones to keep are the Miami discus and the Far Eastern discus, the ones that are raised in Cambodia, Vietnam.
Oh yeah.
Those are are hardy. I have a lot of luck with them. It's important that you get them from a source that's ethical. There are animals coming in that have been dyed or otherwise drugged, and you don't
Right.
want that. Make sure that your shop is dealing with a reputable importer. There are reputable importers that are concerned about and pay attention to such things. So you might have a conversation with your supplier about where they're getting, who's importing, and where they're coming from. If you want to do the Germans, the Stendekeri, they're magnificent fish. If you want to do the natives, also magnificent fish, you're going to need to pay attention to water conditions in order to be able to get them acclimated properly at the beginning.
Let's see.
Killers and the hose plants.
Yeah. I was sitting here reading Terry came in, Terry Spivey. Looks like we don't have him blue yet. Says, hello, I'm thinking of starting an indoor aquaponic. Can I do a dirty tank with bluegills? And me and Scott were talking about it. Absolutely. Make it like a lake situation, make a little piece of nature.
You know, we've had a couple of people who had really substantial aquaponic and pond environments in their home. Remember, there was a guy about a year ago whose entire living room was uh, was ponds.
Yeah.
It was remarkable, and they were really quite nice.
Oh, okay. And Grin says, I've been setting up 2 approximate 15-gallon tubs that I want to run without heat. Okay, that's why you were asking about all the different things.
Right.
Where are you going, Pops? Okay.
EJ's saying, yeah,
right
she
back.
rents her play sand. Geotankmate's also talking about rinsing play sand. It depends. It depends uh, how you use it. If you put the sand in before you put the water in, the dust particles in the sand are really quite beneficial to comprising that sand bed because they provide a much finer sifting capacity. The bacteria are tinier than the dust. So bacteria will grow on each of those dust particles, providing additional bacterial filtration for your system. So the dust is not at all a bad thing to have in the tank. What's critical is to be able to get that sand down in there while it's still dry and then cap it with whatever you're going to cap it with. That is, cap the sand with a plastic bag, saran wrap, whatever, so that when you put the water in, it doesn't stir it up. Because if it stirs it up, then those dust particles are fine enough, you're going to struggle to get them out. You can do it with a sponge filter. A sponge filter will take out, particularly a fine sponge filter. The coarse one won't. The fine sponge filter will take out the dust particles. RZ is talking about propagating plants in jars. Am I correct that we should intentionally create ammonia and nitrates to feed the plants, like placing some soil in the jar? Um, yeah, it's yes. Yes. The answer is yes. Plants take up ammonia naturally. They take it up directly. They absorb ammonia directly from the water. Um, so, in the case of the problem with ammonia killing plants, that ammonia had to be high enough to burn the plants because plants will absorb ammonia. So that was drastic and traumatic. I'm just trying to think if I've ever had plants burned up by ammonia. I doubt it. Um, Although in a tank that goes foul, like from fish dying, from a lot of fish dying, and it collapses and crashes and fouls, that kills plants. So it's obvious that the ammonia buildup is overwhelming the ability of the plants to pull it in and use it, and it's just it is it's the principle is the domino principle, the domino effect, a cascade effect in which one thing dies, and then two, and then four, and then eight, and eventually everything dies because the toxins become so severe and so profound from a multiplicity of death that it just completely overwhelms the system's ability to sustain itself. EJ saying I found some big hydra in my 75. Told my fish,
Oh.
no more food till you eat them. Well, they will. That's a good threat. When they're big like that, they probably burn. The fish probably have a reaction to them. They are they don't just tangle up their prey; they poison it. They have little tiny darts on those tentacles that eject a toxin.
Mm.
So when the tentacle touches whatever it is, those darts are released and the toxin is injected into them. And I'm sure if they're big enough, they're going to have a salutary effect even on a larger fish. So
Welcome, Terry.
they may wind up having to remove them manually or
We
find
got a
something that'll eat them.
we got
Wonder
a
if
new member.
eat them.
Got a new member, Terry Spikey. He's joined the Father Fish family, which you are already part of.
Terry,
Welcome, welcome.
Terry should be blue by now.
Yes. 3G's absolutely right. Cold water aquatics. That's one of the best ones for keeping native fish species. They really have, oh my gosh,
You bet.
awesome.
You bet. Yeah, I was talking to him just last week.
Yeah.
Hey, Terry. Welcome, welcome. Nice to have you here. And I very much appreciate Terry becoming a member. We have 35 or 40 members, and they go a long way toward helping keep things afloat here.
Yep.
We do use the resources that come in to try to support other things. One of the primary supports that we're providing is for
Discord.
Naresh and his family in Sri Lanka, and we have a special fund of people who want to donate small amounts of money that we give to Naresh to be able to pass out to neighbors of his who are in stress. The people of Sri Lanka have gone from a first world economy to a third world economy virtually overnight by virtue of very destructive government policies that destroyed their food crop. They had an export food crop. They now no longer have an export food crop, and they have defaulted on their debt, so they cannot buy food. So the people are starving. And really do need emergency assistance. So if you're of a mind to help, send a few dollars, $5, $10, $20 to Father Fish on PayPal. Fatherfish at fatherfish.net on PayPal, and we'll be getting it checked off next week.
And just put a note in there where it's Naresh.
Make a note what it's for, and be sure to get that off.
Naresh has done so much. Like, he has been like one of those surprising members that's been here since the beginning. And really, he does a lot of your shorts and different little things from videos. He's precious. We love him so much.
It's a young man, 20 years old, who's just a real ace of a kid. Just the kind of young person you'd like your children to be.
Right. Let's see here. I'm gonna put the PayPal link in here and put Naresh, just Neresh, I think.
Neresh, that's right. NAR.
Okay. Anyone know about Lismakia Goldilocks? I was told it's a type of money wart. You're welcome, Terry.
Lysimachia.
Lysimachia. See, I can't say all the names.
Right, that's a good one, isn't
it? Excuse me. I do have money wart, but I don't know if it's that particular kind or.
Hard to say, right? Oh, also, I noticed you mentioned that you posted the Discord channel. Be sure, if you have not visited Discord, to do so. We've got, how many? We're approaching 800 members. At any one point in time, there are upwards of 100 people in conversation on about 25 different channels. So it's not an overwhelming process. It's a real opportunity to chat with people, to provide questions, to provide support. to be active in doing the kind of things so many of us enjoy doing here on these chats, but it's 24/7 and it's a lot more personal, and you can post pictures and links. So
Yes.
it's really pretty nice.
Let's see. Oh, Creeping Jenny. Mm-hmm. First Class Fish was asking who ABC Biotope, and ABC, I think you were here. I don't know if he still is, but I think he came in. But I just posted ABC's link. And listen, guys, y'all are welcome to post your own link, each other's link. If you're in blue, you can do that, and we can all support each other. That's what this is all about, our community. But I posted ABC's link in there for ABC Biotope. Is it Brandon? Is his name Brandon? For some reason, I think it's Brandon. I may be totally wrong. I just know him as ABC. Oh, okay. Grin said, I posted my lights on Discord. I really need to get more over on Discord. There's a lot of good stuff happening over there. Good stuff.
Really is. Yeah, it really is. More and more.
It's like your own little personal fish family, just with Father Fish and everybody. Hey, Joshua Bone, how are you? Joining us here at the end here. Glad to have you. Creeping Jenny. Is that one of the ones that Lucas liked so much, Creeping Jenny?
I don't know.
Was it Pennywort? Have you heard from him in a while?
No.
Have you heard from Lucas?
He is so busy.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to make it to triple or not. I think he is. I think he's
I'm looking forward to it.
I think he's got a booth.
Oh, that's going to be so much fun. I've got to get in touch with Kevin. Kevin, if you're watching out there, I haven't forgot you. I've been sick. I've gone through floods. I've gone through moving. It's been a mess, but I'm still here. I'm just trying to get back up and going. I got a little depressed for a little while, but I'm still here. But I still got my plants and my tanks and everything. But yeah, the Triple Crown is coming up in Louisville. I think Kenny Danikin said they were going to be there 26, but I think our trip is planned for the 28th through the 31st. So I'm looking forward to anybody that can go there. This is the first time I've ever had an opportunity to have something this close to me. It's still 3 hours away, but it's close enough that I can, it's doable. Like Father Fish got to go to Aquashella that one time. It's something everybody needs to do at least once in their lifetime, isn't it?
Right. All right, Mary, we're at 7 o'clock. We killed another hour. We did.
Yes, we did. With our favorite people. Always a pleasure.
You bet. Well, God bless you all. Nice to be here. We'll be back. When next Friday with EJ.
With EJ.
Be back here next Sunday with Mary. So
and
just making a thing of it.
Right. Can I give a little plug for Roxanne too on Thursday nights?
Absolutely.
We've got Roxanne, the Hot Mess Express at 7 o'clock. I hope y'all will join us. It's going to be a fun Thursday. And then I've been helping Jimmy P on Sundays at 1 o'clock, just hanging out. We call ourselves Two Peas in a Pod. Mary P and Jimmy P. So always a pleasure, Father Fish. You know how much I love you, and you guys know how much I love you.
Bye,
y'all are the best.
Bye for now.
Love y'all.